LEGO's Bricklink program has given us some amazing sets, and this latest series dives straight into some of the most popular themes because, let's face it, LEGO likes to take our money. But what makes these 5 finalists stand out, and were my earlier predictions completely off? And we all thought that modulars were banned from Bricklink, so how did this set make it through? And am I going to need to pick up holiday shifts at the mall to keep up with this addicting hobby? Each series tends to have a build that's completely different from the others, and this one delivers something truly unique. This ambitious entry mixes together many of the elements that we love in LEGO. There's so much storytelling packed into this thing. The signage, great use of colors, and very well laid out foliage brings it to life. It feels complete from every angle, and it's divided into 4 distinct levels, each offering something special. At the base, we have the mine itself, which sets the tone for the entire build with hidden elements, a minecart, and working mechanisms. The first floor is packed with rooms that have tons of detail, and moving up to the second floor, we get even more added to the build, including a functional crane on the outside, which we'll get to in a second. At the very top, there's even a section for packing away mining supplies. The minifigures have a lot of personality and help bring the story to life, making the scene even more immersive. The building techniques here are quite impressive. The rock structures on the outside look fantastic, and the texturing on the exterior walls adds depth. The mechanics take it even further. Check out this pulley system running through the entire structure, showing some real ingenuity. I love how the watermill powers a working rock crusher, and the functional crane pulls items up and swings side to side. There's even a hidden hideout cleverly tucked behind the waterfall area, and it's details like these that take this set up a notch. I think this would work well as a standalone piece. The design is polished and complete, so it doesn't really need anything else. This is actually featured in my predictions video, and it's so cool to see it turn out exactly as expected. Given its size, it's probably going to come at a higher price tag, but it feels worth it for what you're getting. With how well designed this is, it's bound to be in high demand. And with that, I already want one set out of this batch. And if you'd like to see more videos like these, hit the like and subscribe buttons below. It'll let me know to make more content like this, and it'll also share it to other viewers like you on YouTube. You know, there's nothing like a medieval tower, especially when it's tied to the legendary Wolfpack faction. This group is about as iconic as it gets, and this has some hidden surprises up its sleeve. The color palette here is fantastic. The black tower contrasts beautifully with the natural stone formation and the greenery, creating a very nice look. Inside, there's plenty to explore. We have ladders, weaponry, hidden treasures, and pathways. They fill the interior, adding to the immersion. And the level of detail feels just right. It's enough to enhance the build without making it feel overwhelming. Looking from the top down, you can see how carefully it's put together. The terrain is awesomely shaped with lots of texture and depth that makes it feel complete. It lets you display the set in 2 ways. You can spread it out for easy access to the interior, or you can fold it up for a more compact and cohesive look. This kind of versatility is something we've seen in official LEGO castles, and is executed perfectly here. They submitted 3 builds in this Bricklink round, and I just had a feeling that this one was going to be the finalist. It's foldable, it's a tower, and it's Wolfpack. They also did us a favor by keeping the piece count lower, which helps keep the price at a more affordable level. I'll definitely need to add this one to my cart, but for now let's move on to one of the tallest nature builds that I think I've ever seen. It immediately stands out for its scale and eye-catching design, making it something truly special in the Bricklink program. These ginormous trees completely steal the show, but there's also a nice variety in the types of trees that are on display. The trail through the forest adds that sense of realism to what you'd expect in a nature walk. And the visitor center is tightly packed with educational displays, making it feel authentic. I like that the giant trees don't have just like these straight lines going upward. They kind of shift to the side, and it looks awesome. That's going to be fun to build. Check out this wooden canopy entrance near the visitor center. It's got this distinct look and would be a fun experience for these tourists. The sloped rooftop is a great touch that makes it easy to access the inside, and even the pathways are lush and detailed. I had a pretty good feeling that it would make it through given the rise of these nature-themed builds. This one just felt like a perfect fit. I think the designer did their best to keep the piece count manageable. With its strong storytelling and dedicated fanbase, this should do pretty well. I'm definitely a sucker for these relaxing builds, so chalk it up to 3 sets in this round that I probably need to pick up. Now, if you're a fan of compact builds packed with storytelling, this off-road adventure is the perfect addition to your outdoorsy collection. I'm impressed with how much world building we get in such a small space. There's a cleverly designed tent with camping gear, a rugged off-road vehicle ready to tackle the terrain, and even a curious owl perched in the trees. It's a cool little scene. Looking from above, you can see just how nicely designed this is, and the texturing on the rocks near the stream adds so much life and looks excellent. This works great on its own, but it truly shines as a part of a nature-themed collection. Pair it with the A-frame cabin or the one that we just went over, and it feels like it belongs. It's clear that this type of theme is catching on for adults, and I have a feeling that we'd see it here. I mean, seriously, if I'm gonna get those giant trees, I'm probably gonna want to get this to go along with it. I don't think this was an accident on LEGO's part, but it looks like that I'm getting 4 sets from this batch. Okay, so modular builds were technically banned from Bricklink starting with this series, but that didn't stop designers from adapting and creating buildings that modular fans can still go crazy for. And in this model, the engineering is nothing short of amazing. From an architecture standpoint, we get a sleek, modern corner display that uses realistic colors. The glass windows in the corner look excellent, and the fire escape ladders on the side give it that downtown feel. Inside, the layout is clean and high class, designed as an art gallery with plenty of space for minifigs to explore. One floor up, we get more performing arts with a beautifully designed white grand piano that looks awesome. And the top floor brings even more creativity with an art and photography studio, packing tons of creativity into one place. And even the rooftop is polished with a fancy dining area, along with some stunning skylights to complete the whole set. To set itself apart from LEGO's official modulars, the designer elevated the sidewalk along with adding a traffic light and street signs on the corner. This small change looks excellent and makes the set feel even more unique. The elevated design also allowed for fancy walkway lights and even more character added underneath. You can display it as a typical boxy building, or you can easily unfold it into more of a storefront setup. While folding sets aren't new, this one takes it to an entirely different level. The walls and windows magically slide and unfold to ensure that everything is fully enclosed when folded back together. On top of that, there's a working elevator to get to the upper floors, and we even get a pulley system to lift fragile artwork to the top. I had a strong feeling that this would make it to the top 5. Not only does it wonderfully adapt to the new modular rules, but it definitely is one of the more innovative and ambitious designs in this round. And amazingly, this designer kept the piece count at a reasonable amount, considering that this is a 3-story building packed with advanced mechanisms. And if you want to pick up all of these sets like I do, this is about the range of what we can expect to pay for all of these sets. But thankfully, these don't go up for pre-order for quite a while, so we have time to save up. And we all had our favorites in this series, but don't worry, because we'll probably see more resubmissions in the next round, and those can still become a finalist. Check out some of those future potential finalists along with my predictions in this video over here, or check out the video on this side for more LEGO content for adults. As always, I'll try my best to find you the best LEGO sets that I can find. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.